Guys, what is happening, and welcome back to another video on the turbo DC5 gearbox clutch problem that we have got. So today hopefully we're going to clean it up, we're going to put it back in, and we're going to get this thing ready. So without further ado, let's get to the gearbox, let's whack some gloves on and let's get to it. This is going to be a quite messy one, so I'm going to get some gloves on just because we got to clean the inside of the box out, grease it up, and it absolutely batters your hands for days, and no one likes fucking getting horrible tacky hands. So yeah, gloves on, let's get the box out. So as you can see, the box is absolutely filthy, as you can see. So we're just going to clean this out the best we can. Maybe a little water brush or something just to try and clean it out, and yeah, let's get on it. So we've got our Ryobi and this universal fit kind of wire brush, so just going to give it a while we're there, we've got some brake cleaner just to agitate it and clean it up. Microfibers, Costco, and you get a big massive bag of them, so they'll work the treat. Remember, the cleaner this is, the less likelihood of us getting corrosion on there again. So I'm banking it on the release bearing, I am. Right, so I've cleaned up the box now, it looks a hell of a lot better. I'm going to attempt now to grease up the release bearing, grease up the fork as well, so when you obviously press the clutch pedal, the fork moves. I'm going to show you where I'm going to apply the grease. Someone said put it on a bit of the shaft, that output shaft of the gearbox, so I'm going to do that as well, just a little smidge. I'm going to do something I might regret. I don't think I'm going to use the old clutch. The old clutch was fine, the bite was fine, but obviously it wasn't until it dropped. But based on the hydraulic sense of it, it's basically from, I think it's release bearing backwards. Obviously we've had a new master, we've had a new slave, new clutch line. Stop ringing me, Nan. So yeah, I'm going to use the old clutch because it worked, and I can't see nothing wrong with it. Honestly, the clutch looks fine. Looks got a bit of wear, bit of discoloration because obviously from the heat, but it doesn't look much difference to the brand new one. So obviously at the time when the car gets sold, which will be eventually, I'm going to keep the clutch, so if they do destroy the old clutch, they've still got a new clutch to bang in it. And to be honest with you, if it doesn't fix it, it's not that bad to take off the it's not that bad to take it off anyway. Like, it's just subframe, couple of bolts, a few hours work really for anyone that knows what they're doing. So yeah, we're going to use the old clutch. I might eat my words now, but yeah, I don't think it's going to be that. But I think the problem is going to be release bearing or something to do with the clutch pedal adjustment. So yeah, for the sake of 400 quid and a new clutch, I've already bought the clutch anyway. I know people are going to go, oh, I should put it in, but I don't think it needs it. Like, honestly, it looks fine. So yeah, the only bit of wear I can see is this little bit here. Other than that, looks sweet. This clutch pack looks exactly the same as the new one. Just got a bit of wear in it, only a little bit though. So yeah, grease it off and get going. Right then, so grease wise, I'm going to put some on this one here, which holds the fork in, and then obviously your release bearing obviously sits on there like so. See, that's got a lot more movement on it, that has, than it did before, because it used to get stuck here. So I'm going to put some grease there and on the shaft, not too much because it could splurge out and go onto the clutch, which might cause issues. But yeah, bit on there, bit on there. Someone said put a tiny bit on there. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest with you. So yeah, let's get it on. Right, so most of that's pretty much greased up now, so yeah, as you can see, doesn't get stuck. Beautiful, nice little bit of grease there, not too much. So yeah, that's the fork on. Do you know what, I don't know, this is there's me going, I'm going to use the same clutch. I don't know, I feel like some of these springs are like pressed in a fair bit, and then I've had a look on one bit and it looks like, I don't know, is that like snapped? Does half the spring snapped, or is that just the end of the spring? Like, I don't know if I'm just being stupid, but I'm thinking, you know, for the hassle of like having to take it back out, I think I might just put the new one in, you know. Like, look at that, I saw that and I was like, should that be like that? But then I'm noticing like decent-ish gaps inside. See? So I'm like, I don't know, some springs are like really flat to the edge, and then others have got like a little gap, like they've sunk in a bit. I don't know, look at that one looks like it's bulging, like ready to pop out, and then this one looks like it's sat in. So, do you know what? For the sake of it, for the sake of 460 quid, we're going to just throw the new one in. So, yeah, stick the new one in, guys, let's go. Right, so what we're going to do now is put the shaft through here, and then obviously this goes into the flywheel like so. Just like an alignment tool, and then you put that over the top, and then alter up. So hopefully you can see this, but if you look there, so on the spring's like folded on itself. That could explain why it's leaking, because it was seeping when we was doing the turbo build. So yeah, we got a new set of jack parts, gearbox seals. So yeah, get a big socket and just tap it in. And then, so new fork, new release bearing, greased up, new O-ring for the drive shafts, new O-ring that side of the drive shaft. Look how much, I literally just got the sander on that. Look how nice it comes up compared to that. Might even try a bit of metal polish, you know, see how that comes up. So yeah, this has all been done up, torqued up now. I believe if I've done everything correctly, I can pull that spline out because it's located now, and then all I've got to do is move all this wiring out of the way, because I don't want to try, because I'm trying to do it on my own. It's going to be an absolute nightmare to try and angle it, line it up at the same time. So Owen, cheers for your jack. I'm going to try and jack it up, get it into place, and hopefully have me a gearbox. So if you're at this point of the video now, please pause it, please like it, please comment and say well done or best of luck or anything, man. All the support helps, man, honestly. So yeah, let's get this box into place, man. Jeez. So you might not have saw on the last video, we ran a new clutch line, so we got just 39 quid I think for a brand new Hell line, which removes this, the back of the engine bay down here, and then it, look at it, it's quite a lot of wiring to be fair. So you got the brake line, the flexi, so yeah, at least if we run it this way, we can keep out the way of all the heat. Obviously the clutch won't overheat then. And that is just cleaning up the bay, just a bit more nice and neat and tidiness. So yeah, that's out of the way. So now I think there's this hose here. I'm gonna get like a cable tie or something just to prop it out of the way of the gearbox, because obviously me trying to do this and align it on my own, it's gonna be a struggle. Right then, wish me luck. Gearbox, clutch, turbo, on the road. There's no one that's doing it like me, is there? People are doing it on drives, people are doing it in garages. How many people can you say are doing it in the road? So make sure you give it a thumbs up or comment, please, because honestly it means a lot. So yeah, get this bad boy in there. Right, so I'm a bit stuck at the moment, if you haven't guessed. Trying to jack it, hold the gearbox and align it at the same time is not easy, so yeah, looks like I'm stuck for the moment. Yeah, not having a good time here. Right then, so I managed to get some help. Big up the missus' dad. So yeah, it was a bit of a nightmare. We couldn't really get the lugs to line up. The only problem is I've misplaced all the bolts, so I don't know what bolt goes where. I've got loads of bolts and I'm like, ugh. I'm just sticking them in, trying them. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to do up the gearbox mount and get that all bolted in and go from there. So right, we're on. Engine mount has now been on, so we jack the engine up a little bit more just to guide it into place, and then just loosely fitted everything in. Now I've just got the gear cables which are here, put them onto here. It's a bit tight obviously on these lines in, and then the case of just bolting up the rest. Rear engine mount, front engine mount, and then yeah, get some gearbox oil and then see how we get on. Right, so clutch line, put the slave on. Most of it's bolted up. I just need to run around the connections and just make sure everything's in. Still need to do up these. I need to do that up first, to be fair. So I need to do these bolts up for the selector. I've only got a litre of gearbox oil on me now, so I'm gonna just put a litre in, or hopefully it starts overfilling. So yeah, let's get her in. So we've been on this now a good 5-6 hours. Everything's pretty much bolted back up. There's a drive shaft down there. Let me explain. So put the drive shafts back in, put the gear linkage back in, everything. The only thing that's not in is the rear subframe and the front subframe. Well, not rear, the rear engine mount and the front engine mount. So obviously the engine can rock a bit. So I just thought, whilst it's like this, I might as well check it and see if I can get gears. So started it, first, second, sweet, pulled it out of gear, pumped the clutch feels mint, bang, got gears. I've got gears. Put it into first gear. Bearing in mind I'm only looking biting point, so I'm not, obviously the car's got no engine mounts or subframe. As soon as I took it out of as soon as I put it in first gear and released the clutch, I heard a massive bang. For some reason, the drive shaft isn't fully in the engine for some reason, and it looks like it's ruined a bit of the drive shaft. Can you show them? So this bit here is like really sharp, and then this edge bit, touch the screen, it'll focus. There you go. See, even that, why's the circlip gone so yeah, the drive shaft was hanging out by about that much, so I think I've destroyed the box. Bloody hell. Ready? Right. I don't want to go in. Nah. Right, so drive shaft's in, yeah. When the car is in neutral, yeah. No, sorry. When the car is in gear, so the car's in gear now. If I spin the wheel, yeah. So I'm having the wheels on, yeah. Spinning that, it's going forward, because we're going forward. Show them what the passenger side does. See that? Got it. I don't know why I'm like telling you this, because someone will probably own this one day. the wheels are going in opposite directions, and they shouldn't. I'm actually like shaking because I'm like, I feel that built up. I don't know. I think you've got to take the gearbox off. I don't even know if there's any point putting the subframe on or putting it back together. So yeah, put a new clutch in and your gearbox dies. Got it. Right, so I need to get to bed now because this car's playing games. So as we showed before in the previous clip, if I put that one forwards, that one goes backwards. We've just put the car in gear and put it in first gear, and both wheels go forwards. Put it in second gear, come off the clutch, both wheels go forwards. If anyone knows why, if the car's not running, why one would go forward and one would go backwards, please let me know. I'm probably not being myself now because I'm like, I feel like death now, but yeah, still got plenty more to do. I think I need to get it on the road and actually see if it drives. Yeah, I'm half shaking and that, so yeah, I think that's going to be it for this video, you know. Stay tuned on the next ones to see what actually happens, so sweet.